right from the Single Malt Whisky Club here, and well, hasn't the winter dramming season hit with a vengeance? Seems like less than a few weeks ago we were sweating in thongs, and now we are freezing in Ugg boots and tracky dacks. And so for June, we have two absolutely fantastic sherry bombs for your dramming pleasure. Our malt of the month is a 7-year-old sherry matured from Tassie, from Island Coast Whisky, and a peated pugilist of a whisky as our member extra, the MAc-Talla Pedro Ximinez Fayali 2023. Big and peaty, and did we say peaty? Well, okay. Kirk Pinner is a club member who produces whisky a little differently to most. What makes him a little unusual, I guess, is that Kirk's Island Coast Spirits brand doesn't actually own a still. Kirk makes no qualms at all about how he produces his spirits, if you ask him. Whiskey, rum and vodka. He uses a mixture of cask acquisition, contract distilling and still rental, where he rents space in a couple of Tassie distilleries to make his own wash and distill on their gear. So this month we're featuring Kirk's release number 6, which is a 7-year-old single sherry cask from the Nant distillery. Now, this cask had a sister cask, exactly the same size, origin and fill date, that was bottled into Kirk's release number 5 in 500ml bottles. Now, a few of those were sent for entry into the Tokyo Whiskey and Spirits competition, and just a couple of weeks ago it was announced as a silver medal winner. So this month at the Single Malt Whisky Club, we are super proud to be offering the sister cask to a Tokyo silver medal winner as our malt of the month. Distilled at the, I guess, both legendary and villainous distillery, depending on your viewpoint, Nant, and aged for 7 years in a single ex-sherry cask. Cut from cask strength down to a very affable 46% ABV with the purest rainwater on earth sent via air express from Antarctica, and offered to the Single Malt Whisky Club in 700ml bottles at an unbelievable price of $129. So let's get into it, shall we? So the colour, as you can see, coppery brown as you'd expect. Now, but more importantly, on the nose, oh yeah, there's a real floral fruitiness over a surprisingly nutty backbone with a demerara sugar note there as well. Oh yeah, the palate. Oh yum, super rich and thick and creamily mouth coating. Oh yum. Very mild pepper precedes deep, rich stewed fruit tones with a rich caramel there. Oh yum, the finish, it finishes with a really nice nutty surprise. There's those sweet fruity notes you're expecting from the sherry cask, sure, but yum, it's the lovely nut butter, yum, that emerges that makes the finish a real standout for me. This is an extremely easy dramming whiskey. It's pretty much guaranteed to please everyone at the table. There's really just nothing here not to like in this affable and approachable, yet complex and analysable whiskey. Yum. That's good. But now, on to our members extra. So, you like a little whiskey with your Pete, do you? Well, do we have a winter dram for you. Straight from Islay, the world's #1 destination for peated whiskey, and a whiskey produced by a family that's been synonymous with peated Islay whiskey for generations, the Morrisons. Now, the Morrison family have been involved in whiskey production in Islay for decades. They are the former owners of Bowmore and Auchentoshan, and now run the indie bottling company MAC-Talla. This brand exclusively bottles and markets Islay whiskey independently. So this month, we are proud to be offering the MAC-Talla Pedro Ximinez expression that was produced especially for the Fayali in 2023, which is Isla's fabled whiskey and food festival. So this is a blend of 26 Pedro Ximinez casks of unnamed Isla spirit, married and bottled at a cask strength of 54.6%. So how does it taste? Well, as soon as I take the top off this glass, its smell, let me tell you, is everywhere. And just look at that. It's just so dark and thick and rich. On the nose, it's undoubtedly all about the peat. Yep, it's burnt rubber, it's fresh laid bitumen, with waves of seaweedy iodine, all slathered on top of a very rich, jammy, sweet base there. Oh, yum. On the palate, it's big, it's oily, just as you'd expect, with a medium burst of spice straight up. There's rich stewed fruit, sure, but those peat notes definitely hang around and dominate. It's what it's all about. Oh. And the finish is seriously big, long and chewy. It's more and plenty more of all of the above. It's rich. Oh, it's still going. Rich, smoky, iodine-y, salty, and delicious. Yum. This is peated whiskey, and make no mistake, it's peated for effect. This is pugilistic peat for the die-hard fans. If you don't like peat, you will hate this. However, if you, like me, are a fan of peated whiskey, then you really can't afford to miss out on this. And we really don't have very many of these at all. It's just so delightfully, bigly, almost industrially peaty with all those black and tarry notes we smokeheads love. Whew. And so, that's June at the Single Malt Whisky Club. 2 sherry bombs for your jamming pleasure. The delightfully sweet and tasty Island Coast 7-year-old sherry cask, and the hospital forward flavour profile of the MAC-Talla. Get one, get both. I know which both I'll be getting. Put it that way. Until next month, I'm Brad Wright. Slange your farm.